right. Jordan doesn't understand shoots and ladders. It's
I
fucking
understand it. I'm just wondering if you
Jesus
can
Christ!
build more
Literally
ladders.
a game for 4-year-olds.
Oh my god!
Hey, how's it going,
every time.
everybody?
God, he's here.
Hi.
Hey.
How's it going?
Should I? Oh, it's all going good. Having a pretty good Thursday night.
Flight.
You know,
Where are
how
you?
about
Wait,
y'all?
are you on an airplane?
Ooh.
Thursday. You can't go anywhere like with COVID nowadays. But I heard China's pretty. No, not China, but but China's like the last place I went. But hey, I got a pitch for you guys.
When were you in China?
Last year actually, November. It was pretty cool. But
Damn,
without,
I've never
well, I
been.
mean, but they showed you like all the cool things that you're supposed to look at. But it did look cool.
How long were you there for?
9 days. There was like this
Damn.
really cool thing.
Nice.
There was like this really cool thing. I forgot. It was like some Shopify or something. No, not Shopify. But there was like this online thing that I spent like $800 to go to China for like 9 days. It was nuts.
That's it.
Whoa.
I thought it was a scam, but
I
Turns out
definitely
it
want to
wasn't.
check out China, but who knows when
yeah,
that'll
I
happen.
recommend. Nice
Maybe in
place.
like a year.
So, if you guys are ready to talk about this pitch, I'm ready.
Yup.
Great.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, Purgatory Academy. To get in the mindset of the show, think about any show, actually, but take away the main characters and focus on the people who make up the world. And that is pretty much the heart of Purgatory Academy. It's an animated drama series that can be a half hour or a quarter hour, depending on what the network needs. Right? If you can scroll down.
Well,
we can look
that's
at-
too bad. We need a 17-minute show, actually. So we're gonna.
Oh,
I'm
I
just
can do
kidding.
that.
Go ahead. I'm just kidding.
Okay. Logline. Nobody's motivated to fight against God when Armageddon comes, and Lucifer needs people who can motivate the souls and the creatures in hell to have a fighting chance. Purgatory Academy is a short project conducted by God and his adversaries for the young adults who haven't made a decision on whether they want to go to heaven or hell. Or, long story short, dead young adults choosing heaven or hell. Right? We can go down to the world, and what the world provides. The Purgatory Academy takes place in the current day, but the students are disconnected from contemporary media of the physical world. The project lasts for 4 years, and the freshmen stay at the academy for 4 years, while the seniors stay for 1. There are 7 different Purgatory Academies run by different vice principals. The jobs of the vice principals is to look after the students, while the students' job is to gather reasons on choosing heaven or hell. You guys with me?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, cool. When we go down to the characters, I know I said it's more focused on the people, but if you want something, I do have examples of what kind of people fills the world of Purgatory Academy. First, we have Travis, a freshman who had a history of getting into fights, but has reformed after the guidance of his dad, who came home from 10 years of prison. He died in a car accident and ended up in Purgatory Academy, where he struggles to find the values his fathers taught him, or if they're worth pursuing. Below him is Susan, a freshman whose life was dictated by cultural conformity and died rebelling against her cultural norms. In Purgatory Academy, her goal is to fight against the binary conception of morality and encourage the student body to find their own way instead of choosing either wrong or right. It's like morality is a gray area with her. And Jim, the final main character that we can focus on, is a freshman whose whole life was dictated by actions he couldn't control, up until his untimely death. He struggles to find meaning in what he should do in Purgatory Academy before his time is up. And below him, we are introduced to a vice principal of Purgatory Academy. Oh, you can continue scrolling down. I was look through all that. And then we have Beelzebub. After losing the war against God, he was able to make a god of himself to the ancient peoples of the Middle East before God and his followers put a stop to his worship. In Purgatory Academy, he sees this as an opportunity to have a closer relationship with the people he looks after and encourage them to stay off the fence and actively choose a side, even if it's for or against his means. We can go down a loop. You guys got a good idea of like the characters over here?
I think so.
Because I can go like go over with the how the show will run.
Yeah, please.
Cool. Before I get into this, I don't really want to go with an episode cycle, but a spiral where like each character has a starting point and an end point, and they go through an introduction, a problem, a conflict, and a resolution, all by themselves. Well, as individuals, and their stories end when their time in Purgatory Academy is up, if that makes sense.
I feel like you're trying to reinvent story structure, but I'm willing to listen.
Okay.
I kind of missed it. Will you say that again? Sorry.
Okay. You know how like in some shows the status quo is God. No matter what happens, everything goes back to normal. Like take in Family Guy. Like half a core hog can get burned down, and the next episode everybody's like acting like nothing ever happened. They can reference it in like later episodes, but like nothing really happened. Like what I want to do, I want there to be like something that is more progressive in the sense of the character grows, but they get introduced to new conflicts and they find new solutions, and it doesn't really stop for them until they spend like their 4 years in Purgatory Academy, or 1 year, depending on like what age they die in. And now, one thing about the project of Purgatory Academy is that there's 2 phases of it: the rebellion phase and then the freedom phase. The first episode of the show, no matter if we can go with a serialized or an episodic route, the first episode is the rebellion phase of how the students break out, rebel, and so they can go into the freedom phase. With the serialized episodes, I can go with either a half hour or a quarter hour. The half hour will focus on Travis, Susan, and Jim, how they interact with people. It can focus more on the character growth and the world building. Or the quarter hour that can focus more on the individual, that can rotate between the 3 main characters and their foils for the episode. And below that, and if we don't, and if the network doesn't want to, I want
to ask you what the proverbial elevator pitch is for this series.
The proverbial elevator pitch,
meaning like, hey, we're in an elevator, we're on the ground floor, we're about to go to about the 3rd floor. How you gonna tell Cam this is a show he should buy?
Okay, I would say, have you ever watched a show?
Cam just left.
Okay, dang. I'd be like, have you ever watched a show and wondered what makes up that world? And this is an idea that everybody can latch onto, which they would see a good show, and that show would focus on that one.
I actually got off early.
Dang.
Cam's like, I'll take the stairs from the 2nd floor.
I'm like, hey, you
gotta boil this thing down. But what we're saying, like, it's hard to even respond to this because you need to boil this stuff to something we can really get our hands around and see what it's actually about. Like, what's at the heart of the show. You have a lot of ideas, but it's hard for us to, at least for me, to even understand what you're trying to do here.
And a lot of good ideas at that too. I think you've got a lot going on, and there's a lot of good stuff. I mean, the best shows will focus in on the simplicity of it rather than like overloading you with a lot of shit, right?
Yeah, and I mean, tonally, for me, it feels a little YA, which is not, I don't think, an issue. I think that you have a pretty good YA premise here. I'm curious, maybe just how you're breaking it down. It feels kind of more in the vein of like a graphic novel than a television show, and maybe that's all the world. What are you smiling about, Walter?
Because you love to say YA.
Because it is. There's like, I swear, like there's.
But it's just
Listen,
not a term I like.
Everybody knows that if you want to fix that, you just have the characters do coke.
But I don't even think that it's like a thing. Like, I think it's very fixed in it, and to a point that I don't think you really need to age it up. But yes, I do think that if we had it, it would need to be aged up a little bit. It's a little teen. centric. In theme.
Here's the thing, man. You should come back because, like, you put in the work.
I know.
I think it just needs to be directed in it.
I want to put him on the board just in concept alone. At number one at that, but like, I really want you to come back because this is not it going forward. You know, I want to like throw you some incentive to work on it or something. But you got to really, you got to whittle it down to the fire parts.
Oh, like if anybody wanted to, I do have a good chunk of. This is a graphic novel to let you know.
Ooh, yeah, you tried to throw a fast one by us. I knew it.
Yeah, I have a good chunk of like the first book available on like Webtoons. If you can like scroll down below the episodic page, you can.
You're talking about a different show now. We're here to take pictures for Adult Swim, for TV. We'll look at other stuff. Throw it to the chat. If the chat reports back, we'll see what's up. But thank you for calling in, man. We're gonna see if you
just one quick piece of advice. If you like a show that is kind of similar to what you're doing, just reference certain like structures and things. You know what I mean? Like, you don't steal it, but use that as your sort of template to kind of simplify this. But hey, I'm gonna see you. I know you're gonna come back. I'm gonna fuck with you. Let's do this board.
Yeah. I'm coming back for that. Come back for that top spot.
Yeah, you might have it. I like him.
He's coming back for what?
It's like
the top spot.
Top spot.
I would
for
make
that
the
number
story
one
map out of a pitch.
spot. No,
I would just like to say, you know, if that was a YA novel, I called it, and then.
No, I mean, look.
Graphic novel, not a novel.
When I hear YA, I think Youth Authority. That's why it always makes me laugh.
When I say YA, and it's really because, like, I think thematically they kind of throw, and this is what a lot of young adult things. It's like, hey, for dystopian and everything like that, the themes are kind of pretty.
I still think
simple.
It's the coolest idea out of what we have today. YA.
You might be right on that. What's the age range of YA, by the way?
I want to say all teens, so I want to say like 13 to 17 or something like that.
That's
But
funny.
all
That
teens.
I'm not
17.
in
How you gonna say?
publishing.
I want to say all teens and then
It would be really funny.
Like the you know.
18
okay.
to
At
19
17, at 17, I'd probably hate being fit in the YA demo. That would be a bruise to my ego.
But there are
18?
people. There are people who read
12 to 18
the babysitter.
is YA.
There's
Sorry.
people reading the Babysitter's Book Club at 17. I mean,
I'm thinking like Hunger Games is YA, that kind of stuff. It's 12 to 18 is what.
I'm just wondering that. Yeah, 12 to 18 makes sense. That's a big range, though. That is a tough range to hit in, but something like the Hunger Games, I'm sure, fulfills that.
Well, originally they
fits,
had the Hunger Games cast all do coke, and then they wanted to age it down, so they.
Right.
Let's do the board.
Let's do the board.
Remember when Lazo used to say kidult? Kidult. Instead of YA, kidult.
What an innovator that guy.
He really is. Okay, I like the last guy, number one. Sorry.
I'm not mad. I like that, Cam. You don't usually take those types.
I
of
like the
swings, but
energy, yeah,
I like seeing you take it. So I say you do the board.
I also think that. I think your enthusiasm makes me want you to do the board.
Do you ever think about it? Those like little shorts, right? Bucket Man.
You talking about like little shorts,
Like
like in Tuca and Birdie?
like what you wear to
talking
the office. Little shorts.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. What day did you want to start wearing shorts on? Fridays?
Yeah, I mean that was 3 years ago at this point.
Okay, I like the last guy, number one. What was the title? I can't see it.
Purgatory
Academy. Okay, number one. Bucket Man probably number two.
Bucket Man.
It's a toss-up for me between Do You Ever Think About and Forest News Team. Because I think the execution of Do You Ever Think About, he set out what he wanted to do and he did it.
Pull a quarter out your pocket and toss it up there. Yeah,
but I don't know. It's kind of basic. They're both a little basic, but I haven't read.
Now you go and diss them?
I haven't read Forest News Team script that could unbasic it. I don't know.
Wait,
I'm not doing the last one.
Are you gonna be able to make a decision as?
If it were me, I'd just throw more money at 1 and 2, if not all of
do
it.
that. It is you. We
Okay.
just
It's all you. Yeah, you're
All right.
doing everything.
So I'm gonna do 300 Purgatory Academy. Maybe 350. I want him to come back. 350, and then the rest to Bucket Man.
Bucket Man.
Oh, there's no third. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm
I
saying.
forgot you do this.
Hit him with the 0. You got to say the 0 though. You got to 0 him out. It's only right. You got to do it. Do you ever...
We could throw $10.
Oh, he could 0 out. He didn't have. Cam, you gotta be cold-blooded, man.
Yeah, Cam doesn't this.
It is cool. There's the business right there.
Cam Coldheart. Everybody Google Cam Coldheart. That's Cam's dad.